Hello guys, this is the third video and now I am going to show you how you have to use that file that we have created in the previous second video. And for that you have to select the first module. This is the first module, create docs and the PDFs. And you have to select the CSV file here, like this one. And then you have to give the Gmail account that you are going to use. Like for example, you are using this folder ID, which is from this Gmail, right? So obviously you have to give the related Gmail because the ID folder ID that you are using in this CSV file is related to this Gmail. So the best practice is to also log out sorry, from the other accounts so that you can just have one account that you are going to use. Let me just sign in. Hold on. Well, I have logged out of the second account. So obviously, if you are going to use a Firefox profile, default profile, and then you have to just select the Gmail that you are going to use here, right? And one more thing that I have to tell you about is for in the previous update 77, I have removed the feature of auto downloading the document Google Docs as PDFs. Like before, and from the very beginning, it was actually creating the Google Docs and then it was downloading them as PDFs. But in the previous update, I have removed that feature because there were many problems about it. But now I have fixed it. Now it will just also it will download the Google Docs as PDFs, right? But for that you have to be very specific in settings of Firefox. For the download folder, you have to make sure that your download folder is default Windows folder, this one. By default it is the downloads folder, but very rare people actually change their destination folder for the Firefox downloads. But you have to make sure in your this default profile of Firefox, you have to make sure this is the downloads folder, because the PDFs that will be downloaded in this module will go here and software will pick those from here. Okay, so these were two things that I have told you about the PDFs. So actually the main purpose of making these is to create the Google Docs depending on the keywords and the locations, and it will optimize keywords and location inside each doc, and then it will also download them as PDF and upload them into the Google Drive. I mean into the this folder that we have selected. Where did it go? Yeah, this folder. It will upload the articles folder. It will in articles folder there will be the Google Docs, and it will also upload the PDFs in a PDF folder, and it will also upload the photos from the photos folder, which is here. You have to give your images here so that it can upload the images. Let me pick something from, hold on. For example, Where did it go? Yeah, I'm just picking some example here. So I have added one picture. You have to make sure you are having all of the images in your business name folder that you have. Remember, you have given it inside this file. Actually, the software will automatically create this folder for you, like the business name and the photos. This folder will be automatically generated by the software. All you have to do is just add the pictures in it, which will be uploaded to your Google Drive, right? Sorry. And the software is actually making the folders of photos and everything depending on this first column. And in the previous second video, I have guided you about how you can make multiple documentations. Like this is the first one. This is the location and this is the keyword. I have just copied the whole record and then I have just changed the location. I have all again copied it and just changed the keyword and the location is same. I mean you can play with like for example you can replicate it 10 times and then just change the keywords and then the second location 10 times and then use it for the second keyword. So you can that's how you can achieve the purpose of making multiple Google Docs and the PDFs. Well, let's give it a try. Okay, now we have selected the first module. We have the Gmail. Let me add password and also we have the CSV file, right? So let me add the password. And clear the previous logs. And now it's time to run the first module. Let's run it. As I have explained it to you into the first video that you don't have to minimize, maximize or close the browser that the software will open, because otherwise you will face the problems. For example, if the browser size is this, then you don't have to maximize it or do anything else because software have to supposed to use this type of size, right? So let's see now. It will try to log into the Google through medium.com. As we have just one Gmail logged in our Firefox profile, so it will not be confused to select a different account. Hold on. Let me pause this process. I think what happened here? Ask, maybe I'm giving the wrong ID. Let me make sure if the ID is perfect. Oh, well, that's my mistake. You see, this is the mistake many of the people do. So don't worry, I'm also doing the same mistake. So just copy. Obviously, you are inside this Gmail, and in this Gmail, you have this folder ID. So just make sure you're using the perfect folder ID. Otherwise, you will face this type of issues. Because obviously, this ID was from the previous campaign that have run, which was not related to this Gmail. So that's why it's giving this error. Uh, let's save it now. Close, save. Let's stop and run it again. Let's see now. I think I have to restart the software. Actually, during the testing, I mean, during making the tutorial, I am running it for the multiple times. So it is the best practice if you are stopping the software and running and pausing, then you just have to close and restart the software. It will be actually a good practice. Because sometimes when you are doing lots of stopping and resuming the software, it will actually uh, not able to open the Firefox browser. So let me select the first module and here is also make sure you are selecting this file. Now let's run it. Now let's see if the folder is perfect, the Google Drive folder. I repeat, do not engage with the browser, do not resize it, do not maximize it, do not minimize it, and obviously do not close it. Okay. Okay, now it's inside the perfect folder because we have given the perfect ID, folder ID, which was attached to this Gmail, right? Okay, now let the software do its job. Okay, it's uploading the photos folder. If there are too many photos, then obviously it will take time. Now it's creating the PDF folder. And then I think the articles folder in which the Google Docs documents will be there. Yep. Okay, these three main folders are done, which was supposed to be the first module purpose. Okay, now it's going to create the first document. Remember, we have, let me show you. For now, I am just showing you stuff. That's why I'm doing this things. Otherwise, you don't have to do too many things here. Actually, for now, it will just make three documents, right? First document will be this and then this and like that. I think the software needs attention, so let it do its work. I think I have clicked somewhere. Let's see if it works. Otherwise, we will have to. Okay, it's fine. Adding the title. Okay, the title is picked up from the CSV file. The first one, I mean, in the start, it's using the keyword and then the location. And then everything will be added here. This is the business name. I think it's adding the GMB URL on it. Now I think it's going to add a header image. Yep. Okay, now it will add all the things that I have told you inside when we were making the CSV file. It will add the things like Google folder and stuff like that. Okay, the heading. Actually, the main purpose of making these very beginner level um, videos to show you how everything works, and you should know if you are very beginner to this software, because many people ask me about how we have to start and where we have to start. So actually it is best if we just tell step by step everything, so that they know how the things are going to be into the flow. Okay, it's adding the call to action, and then again the heading. In call to action, it's adding the phone number that you have given inside the CSV file, and then it's using the keyword and with location. Okay, now you have seen it's also adding the address, phone, email, website. Everything is coming from the CSV file. I think I have skipped the Google folder URL. Maybe I have removed it. In the second video, I think we have added these two things, the Google folder and the business website. Maybe I am using the old CSV file. Anyway, let me make sure. Come on. Okay, do you know from where it's picking up the images that are using inside the inside the documents? It's actually picking them up from inputs, images, and I think the content images. Yeah. So you have to make sure that you are adding all of these folders so that it will pick the related thing from the related folder. Okay, checking this. Actually, that's why I was telling you to don't do anything during the process, because software will keep focusing on the browser. Okay, yeah, I think it's best to just let it do its job. Well, now it's adding the related links. I think we have added few links in the CSV file in the last column. Yeah, we are using some other file. I think the old file that we have made inside the second video, I think that is not saved. That's why it's not, it doesn't have article and business URL. Anyway, you just have to make sure all of the columns are filled up perfectly, and related links are not also not there, that we have added inside our second video. So that's why it's not adding the links. Anyway, now it will download the PDF, I think. Come on, what happened? Anyway, you got the whole process. I think I have clicked somewhere during the process. Let me check. Yeah, I think I messed up while the software was trying to do its job. I just clicked somewhere. Yeah, you see, it was not able to save the PDF file. Anyway, when you will have the latest version, it will be able to save the PDF file because I just clicked somewhere. That's why it's the issue. And now it will try to create the second document as we have 3 rows here, so it will create 3 documents, right? I think it's all. We don't have to see all of the process. Let's just stop the software for now. It will make for now. I mean, let me show you the document it has created. This is the first document. Actually, there are very many missing things because the file doesn't has the related links. Article is missing. This column is missing. All of the things that are missing, obviously, they will not be inside our docs. And this is the keyword and location. And into the second document that it will make, it will have the second location that we have. So that's how the software creates all of the docs depending on your CSV input file, and it will save them inside your articles folder. All of the docs will be here, then all of the PDFs will be here. That's it for the first module. I will make the next video for the another module. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.